First things first, so I don't look and sound half crazy, I want to do this right. The Color Purple 2023 was produced and directed by Blitz Boswell, a second film adaptation from Alice Walker's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. Now, the original Color Purple film was adapted by Steven Spielberg in 1985. It was produced by Quincy Jones and Steven Spielberg. This was then followed by Scott Sanders and Oprah Winfrey's 2005 musical stage production. That brings us to today. Well, today is actually Christmas Day, 2023, and it's around 4:30 p.m., and I just rushed home to capture my experiences seeing the Color Purple 2023 production opening day. Now, Oprah, Spielberg, Jones, and the stage musical producer Scott Sanders teamed up for this brand new 2023 musical film production. And if you are unfamiliar with the story of the Color Purple, you really have been living under a rock, particularly if you're a Black person in America. See, the Color Purple entity serves as a metaphor for many things that Black people understand and have experienced in America for many, many years. And this story centers around the trials and tribulations of two sisters, Nettie, portrayed by Halle Bailey, the younger Nettie, and the older one was Sierra. And the second sister is Celie, portrayed by Felicia Pearl Mapasi, I hope I'm saying it right, as the younger one. And the older Celie is portrayed by the great Fantasia Barrino. As the story goes, these two sisters, Nettie and Celie, are born into deep segregation and Southern poverty, and just a world full of inequities for Black people and Black women in particular. The Color Purple 2023 shines a very bright and palpable light on this sisterly bond, the bond that only sisters can share and experience. Even though the story is set in the early 1900s, many of the struggles they face still exist today to some degree in our so-called modern world. But you know, every sequence of The Color Purple addressed that issue. The Color Purple 2023 was delicious, and I had about 4 cries. As part of this all-star cast, there was Coleman Domingo, who portrayed Mista, and Danielle Brooks portrayed Sophia. And Whoopi Goldberg made a beautiful cameo appearance. You remember she was the original Celie. It was wonderful. Now, taking a look back at the original Color Purple, it shows that Steven Spielberg's 1985 mega production brought to life Color Purple in a way that was not only amazing, but a first voice, a first us's, and so on. So thank you, Alice Walker and Steven Spielberg. How big ever. It is difficult for me to find the right words to describe how deeply this film touched my heart and how much was packed into it. My God, Oprah, you have done Black people and the Black sisterhood major justice here. Now, a quick pivot. At the theater today, the very first thing I noticed, like Oprah Winfrey used to say on her talk show back in the day, Black people on TV, Black people on TV. Well, today I noticed the theater was full of Black folks, full of Black folks. I'm like, wow. You know, I was so amazed at the large crowds of well-mannered Black people, all ages, all shades, families, singles, everybody was there. For most big events you see, I'm never in the company of the majority of large crowds of Black people. Downtown, Christmas Day, Christmas is usually a time Black people celebrate at home. It was more than wonderful. Hey, I just want to thank Oprah Winfrey again because everyone at the theater was genuinely engaged and excited at the idea of us coming together for a greater cause because it is long overdue. Furthermore, The Color Purple 2023 was like a healing movie. Last time I felt that way about production actually was a musical featuring Jasmine Amy Rogers in Boop the Musical in Chicago. I was thrilled to see this portrayal of the so-called original Black Betty Boop, played by a Black actress, because that truth of that was put to rest historically, and Betty Boop was later portrayed in the real world by a white actress. She became the face of Betty Boop because they thought, the powers that be, that the public would not accept a curvaceous Black woman as Betty Boop. Now, in contrast, today, I thought how clever it was to bring all kinds of Black women and men of color together to be represented in this Color Purple film, seamlessly blending the old and the new, making this rendition of the Color Purple 2023 a real hit. Ooh, boy. This film was enjoyable from beginning to end. Since I don't have to tell most people about the details of the story, I will share some highlights. 2 words: Taraji, Fantasia. Both surprised me with their talent, from simple dancing by Fantasia to the great acting, especially by Fantasia and Taraji. And Taraji as Shug Avery, my gosh, she killed it. And her acting and singing chops were on par. Taraji is truly a performer, and she proclaims to be personified for real. Okay? Matter of fact, I'm taking a bow right here to Miss Taraji P. Henson. I hope you get every dime you ask for in future projects. You are more than worth it. Also, it seemed like everybody's favorite outshone the next one. I mean, Danielle Brooks' Sophia was hilarious and lovable. She breathed new life into the infamous Hell No scenes and themes. The dancing was also really great, particularly the all-male dance scenes. They were hot, hot, hot. Did I say hot? And I loved it when that hammer hit the floor. It was rhythmic and wonderful. And I don't think anybody but a powerful Black person such as Oprah Winfrey or Quincy Jones could have brought the juice needed in that film. It had to be persons of color who knew the soul of these characters by nature. And it shone through big time. Final thoughts, final thoughts. I give The Color Purple 2023 5 big stars for direction, screenplay, performance, costumes, and what they did with the original script and the musical stage play. It was all mind-blowing. Now, there has been talk lately that some movies were over-nominated for Golden Globes, and I concur, okay? You have to remember that voting is subjective, so your overrated and over-nominated film may mean something completely different to someone else. Many a good film has been snubbed by Golden Globes and Oscars in the past, particularly because the voters don't actually represent the true audience, or I would even venture to say represent true fans, in order to get a better idea of where the film actually stands. And while The Color Purple has received great and rave reviews, I believe it has only received 6 nominations between the Golden Globes and some other places. However, these voters vote based on what they believe should win. And compared to other films that have got like 8, 9, 10, this makes Color Purple 2023 come up short and definitely under-nominated, with only 2 Golden Globes for Barrino and Brooks and 5 nominations for Critics' Choice. But hey, that's okay. The film was great. I loved it. It's perfect. So there. And if phenoms are the winning factor here, there is no truer representation of sisterhood, real sisterhood. It has never been done before. So here's your phenom factor right at Color Purple's door. Okay, now. Finally, on a lighter note, I really didn't expect Oprah to top Oprah, but she did. And I'm grateful for this wonderful new remake. You know, during a premiere the other day, someone asked me, what makes a great film, Faye? I was like, you watch it, you enjoy it, but ask yourself, would you watch this film again fairly soon and many more times in the future? If your answer is no, then it's not a great film. It's just a good one. That's okay. But check this. The Color Purple is a great film. Take everyone and tell them I said so. Okay, now, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit the red subscribe button once, check the little bell once below, and you will be subscribed. And the next hot video drop we do, you will be reminded only once. And remember to check our social below. You will find us everywhere. And that's it. That's all. This is Faye Renee. Holla.